Hi friends, this is Yana from English Buff. And today I'm going to share with you the materials I use for my students who prepare for the IELTS exam. These are some official materials, some practice tests, and some useful links with the recent exam questions. I've taken the exam 2 times so far with the overall band score 8.5, and I've been teaching it for more than 7 years, I guess. So if you are planning to take the exam soon, this video would be rather helpful for you. So, where to start? If you have a good level of English, which is enough for a desired score, you may start with the practice tests. However, I would rather start with the revision of grammar and vocabulary. What books to take for that? My favorite series of grammar books is Grammar Way. There are 4 books for all levels. Usually I take book 3 and book 4 as my students have at least pre-intermediate level, and with the help of these books we can polish up the skills and to enrich our grammar knowledge till their advanced level. Why I also enjoy these books? Because at the end of each unit you will find some additional exercises for prepositions and phrasal verbs, which are quite useful for IELTS speaking part. In terms of vocabulary, I usually take a series of English vocabulary in use. There are idioms, collocations, phrasal verbs, and vocabulary for each level. Usually I combine them all together and give my students some vocabulary divided into topics. Not all of the topics presented in these books are necessary for the IELTS exam. I have my own list of topics that I usually take with my students, so you will find them somewhere here. Usually I try to take some idioms, some phrasal verbs, some collocations, and make my own vocabulary list, not to give something unnecessary or not quite required for the exam. You may do the same. You can take one book from one level, like intermediate, upper, or advanced, and take one like book with idioms and just compare the topics and learn some of the vocabulary that you may need for the exam. Okay, so when you're done with the revision, it's time to start practicing. For practicing, I take official Cambridge practice test. There are 15 books already. I've processed all of them, but you don't need to do that actually. The majority of them are outdated and they will not give you their great practice before the exam. However, the newest books are excellent and you will definitely need them. So I would start with the book 8 and go up to 15. Pay attention that beginning from the book 11, they divide their books into 2 modules. So there are 2 different books for general and academic module. Where are you? I would start with the book 15, processed all the tests there, and then move backward to 14, 13, 12, 11, and as much as I can manage. Of course, the more the better, because it's always a good idea to polish up your skills before the exam. For practicing speaking, I don't use the books because the topics there are a bit out of date. Therefore, I prefer to find for the recent IELTS questions on internet. One of my favorite websites is IELTS Blog. You will find the link below. I am subscribed to their leaflet, so every other day they send on my mail some recent questions that were on IELTS exam, and this is pretty useful for speaking and writing, I would say. This is not the advertising. They don't pay me anything, unfortunately. This is just my personal opinion. With the help of this website and their emails, I got the card which I processed with their help on my exam. But I would say that this is rather a lucky strike than a consistent pattern, but still, if you train a lot and process all the questions and speaking cards that you get on your mail or you just find on their website, you will definitely be pretty prepared. What about writing? What books to use for practicing writing? One of my favorite books is Improve Your IELTS Writing Skills. I have a pretty old edition. You may find something new, but I adore this book pretty much because you will find there a great deal of useful information with good exercises for practicing and training your writing skills, and of course answers at the end of the book. However, for those who need to train writing letters, this is like for those who take general module, this book won't help a lot because there is no information about writing letters. However, there is a great deal of information about writing task 2, so you still can try it. Okay, how to train this part? You will get the recent exam questions on your mail together with the speaking cards from IELTS Blog I told you about. But this is not appropriate, of course, for academic module writing task 1, as they cannot just draw their graph they had on exam. They just paraphrase the task, that's it. So with your graph practice, you will have to find some other sources for the tasks. When you are done, when you complete the task, it's a good idea to check it somewhere. Personally, I use 2 websites for that. One of them is called Grammarly. You upload your text inside and they check the text for mistakes. These are some vocabulary mistakes, punctuation, grammar, and many other parts of the checkup that they do. Another one is called Cambridge English Write and Improve, which will also give you an approximate band score. You can try them for free, but if you need to practice a lot, of course you will have to pay. Again, this is not an advertising and I'm not paid for that. This is just some of my general opinion about these websites and something that I personally use and my students use as well. If you know any other good websites for practicing or training IELTS writing, write about them in comments and I would be really glad to learn about them. Thank God there are a lot of books for IELTS preparation. And while teaching it for more than 7 years, I've tried almost all of them. Just remember that any book that you take for IELTS preparation is good because you will learn and practice the exam skills that you will need for test taking. By the way, write please in comments what books you are using right now or you have used for your IELTS preparation and what you like or dislike about them. Share your opinion and I would really appreciate that. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was useful. Write any additional questions that you have about where to start your IELTS preparation and I will be really happy to help you. Bye bye.